Dear students, continuation with the index, that is a slicing the index with a positive index is done. Continuation of that video. So I'm doing with the negative indexing slicing with the start, stop and step size. So you can see just previously we have seen only the particularly the start, stop and steps with respect to the positive as well as the number of step size it has to be skipped. Now here when you're giving with the particularly the start and stop step with all the sizes mentioned, but here what you can do is either you can by default give the start as a 0, or even though if you don't mention, by default it starts from the beginning and ends with the 9 and step size will be 2. So in this way also you can display by writing a colon, which means it is a slicing operator what you see. So it starts from 10, ends with 9 and step size will be 2, which is, as I told, 2 means it is not exactly 2, which is alternative of that, which is 1 has to be, one element has to be skipped. So that is where you can see 10 and 20 is skipped, 30 is done, 40 is skipped, 50 is displayed and 70 is displayed and 90 is not displayed because it has to start stops at 9. So that is where, and now in between also you can see the stop size. So we can say stop size is not mentioned, by which by default it takes the stop size at till the end elements will be given. So that is where, but the skipped element is number of sizes skipped is 2. So you can say here it is starts from 2, you can mention here it is starting from 2, which is 0, 1 and 2, hence it is we are getting the output as 30. And then three elements, which is third element, that is you can start from the existing element, third element is, which is we can say 30, it starts from 1, 2 and 3. So we can say it is next element is 60, or we can say just skip the two elements, 70 and 80 is skipped and 90 is displayed. That is how you can say either the third element, leaving this third element, like for example the 30, here it is 30 and then 40, 50, so that is 30, 40, 50 is skipped three elements and 60 is displayed, and then 60, 70, 80 is skipped, 90 is displayed. Or one more way we can directly say, keeping the logic as 3 means it is 2 is skipped, which is a 30. Exactly, the 30 means that element will be displayed starting from 2, and then 40 and 50 will be, that is alternative, 2 will be skipped and 60 is there and 70 and 80 is skipped, 90 is there. And now, so if I want to give only the step size, then it is also possible with displaying all the elements, that is start and stop until the end starts from the beginning but skip the 2, that is one element is skipped, alternative 10 and then 20 is skipped, 30, 40 is skipped, 50 and 60 is skipped, 70 and 80 is skipped, 90, so 100, so it is skipped, no more other elements. We can see the particularly the element is displayed. Now, for example, if I want to reverse the list, so how do I reverse the list here is, so that is still here I have discussed with only the particularly the indexing starts from where and how the range of the index has to be displayed. But if I want to display these all these elements in a reversed way, so for example, as we know the starts and stop size it gives from the beginning, and also the stop which is giving it the till the end, even though if I don't mention, but minus one is the way in which the main thing is you're mentioning is the reversed way. So that is reversed list will be always with the minus one. So that is minus one towards this, it is all these elements are shifted towards the left side, that is where we can see here reversed list will be starts from the beginning and it has to disclose all the elements. So that is where it is giving us the minus 1 with the all the elements. So if I say the 100 also, so it get reversed. So this is where the reversed list as well as the indexing with the start stop step and also positive index, negative index, and with the slicing operator start and stop. Now, length function. So in the list, how do you find the length? So now indexing always starts with the 0, but the length starts from the 1. You cannot count it as 0, 1, 2, 3 elements. So I can say the length always starts from 1. So I can say 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 are the elements. What is the function here? So len. So this is a length function with the that is in the list. So we can using length method or a function to get the particular length of the list. So now, what are the different methods involved, or what is the uh, elements, what are the changes you can do it in a Python? As I told, it is a mutable element, modifiable. So for example, the elements can be modified, as I told in the previous video, so which is explained. So elements, first it is mutable, also it is change modifiable. So you can existing element can be changed. So how it is changed? So we can change based on a single element, or if you want more than one element, you can use the slicing within that particular range, you can change it. So that is what my list is equal to 10, 20. So these are the elements I have stored. But now I'm changing only the one element. I'm checking whether it is possible to modify the element. So now if I want to modify the element, so I wanted to mention which particular element based on that index. I want to mention which particular element have to be changed in which value. So I am saying the list, with this list, second element, that is a 1, 0, 1, 2, that is a 30, has to be changed, that is assigned to the value 0 and printed. That is where it is. We can see even if I change the value with the third element as 0. So now it is 10, 20, 0, 1, 2, and the third element is what is replaced with 0. Now, if I want to, so this is just only the single value I'm changing it. If I want to change it, the elements from here till here, different and remaining has to be the same, then I need to make use of the slicing operator, that is with the range start and stop, where you need to start and where you need to end with the changing element. So I can say here is, so changing the elements gives with the slicing. So starts from 2. I wanted to start from 2 to change, and the 5, which is not the 5 element, fifth element. So excluding fifth element, I need to assign all this from starting from 2 to, which is 4, 10, 11, 12, and printed the list. So that is 10, 20, and also starts from 2, right? So which is 0, 1 is that 2, it starts from 30 is displayed with 10, and 40 is with 11, and 50 is with the 12. So this is how you change the elements with the Python in a, so that is changing from third to fifth element, and changed list will be, updated list will be so and so. And also we can mention both start and stop with the same range. So that is 0, 1, 2. So I've mentioned starts also there. 0 is also with the same element. So that is 5, 6, 7, which is the same element with the position, second position. All these elements have to be included. That is second position is where, so that is 0, 1, and 2, which is in between the 2 and 3. So I need to give 5 and 6, 7. So that is where start is also the same thing, and stop is also the same element. And list concatenation. So as we have discussed, string concatenation happens between the two strings. Application is with the operator, multiplication replica of copy. So same we can do it with the list, working with the list concatenation. So list concatenation can be done in the, with the separated comma elements with the operator called plus. Now I'm concatenating this integer as well as the strings, so that is concatenated, and I'm giving the, in the output, that is both are concatenated. And then if I want the replica, which means replication, which operator I'll be using it, so I'll be using that as a multiplication, which is xyz has to be repeated 3 times. So that is where it is inside the list. Because you're working with the list, you have to give the list as a separated with comma elements and how many times it has to be repeated. So that is 3 times, and printed directly the list 1 and list 2. And then how do you delete or else remove the elements? Removing the elements is directly by the keyword called delete keyword. So just declare the list of elements and delete it. So based on the position, if you want to delete the elements on the position, so you just have to give the indexing with two elements, that is second element have to be deleted. So the 0 1 and 2, that is right, is deleted. So if I want to delete the 0 element, so you can say now bat, rat and elephant will be there, 0 will be deleted. So that is how removing the list of it with the deleting the elements inside the list, and also the positive indexing, negative indexing with the slicing, and within the changing the elements it is mutable heterogeneous.